People embrace many things that have no evidence: astrology, fortune-telling, alien abduction, telekinesis, and mind-reading. Surveys show that people believe not the truth, but what they want to believe. Sam Harris said, when one person suffers from a delusion, it is called insanity. When many people suffer from a delusion, it is called religion. When the Heaven's Gate cult failed to see the spaceship they expected to be trailing the Hale-Bopp comet, they returned the $4,000 telescope, thinking it was defective.
The thing is, to me, it really is just people talking about their imaginary friend. At length. Somebody who's not there. Have you met Cedric? No, I haven't. I never met. I don't mind that, whatever gets you off, you know. But some of them are world leaders. Which does give you pause for thought, you know. People turn up to work and everybody else crowds around and says, what are we going to do, sir? There's the crisis, there's going to be all sorts of ramifications unless we deal with this immediately. What are we going to do? That's fine, no problem, give me a moment, I'll be right back. Opening the briefcase, what are we going to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? Kill them all, that's fine.
Human beings are the only species that is aware of its mortality. So it's this idea that the source of human neurosis is not sexual repression, as Sigmund Freud would have told you, but that it's actually the suppression of death anxiety. Death anxiety is the source of all of our malaise, all of our neurosis, both conscious and subconscious. It's the source of our greatest creativity, but also our most destructive tendencies and our existential despair. Because we are aware that we are mortal, it causes all sorts of cognitive stress. And Ernest Becker says that the only answer to the absurdity of this situation is to come up with sort of illusions.
2 80-foot demons attacked us.
Pokemon world is a world of the demonic, of the satanic. But while you might not take it quite seriously, I assure you that demons take it quite seriously. Satan takes it quite seriously.
If your engine is not revving up, you know what you need? You need a Holy Ghost enema right up your rear end.
The job of the preacher is to bring fresh sperm.
You're going to hell right now, and you're needing God.
Let me say something about Harry Potter. Warlocks are enemies of God. And I don't care what kind of hero they are. They're an enemy of God. And had it been in the Old Testament, Harry Potter would have been put to death.
We propelled. Birds propel. Eagles don't propel. We said, oh God, 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 oh God.
I mean, do you actually believe in your Muslim faith? Do you believe that Muhammad split the moon in two? Do you believe that Muhammad flew to heaven on a winged horse, for example? I'd pay you the compliment of assuming that you don't.
No, I do. I believe in miracles.
You believe that?
Yes.
If I was to see him executed one day and see him walking the streets the next, would that show that his father was God, or his mother was a virgin, or that his teachings were true? Especially given the commonplace nature of resurrection at that time and place. After all, Lazarus was raised, never said a word about it. The daughter of Jairus was raised, didn't say a thing about what she'd been through. And the Gospels tell us that at the time of the crucifixion, all the graves in Jerusalem opened, and their occupants wandered around the streets to greet. So that it seems the resurrection was something of a banality at the time. Not all of those people clearly were divinely conceived. So I'll give you all the miracles, and you'll still be left exactly where you are now, holding an empty sack.
To me, is the true horror of religion. It allows perfectly decent and sane people to believe by the billions what only lunatics could believe on their own. Okay? If you wake up tomorrow morning thinking that saying a few Latin words over your pancakes is going to turn them into the body of Elvis Presley, okay, you have lost your mind. Okay? But if you think more or less the same thing about a cracker and the body of Jesus, you're just a Catholic.
Jesus' superpowers alone are so crazy. They don't even, look, I'm not saying that they're bad. They're just so random. He has the most random, like on the one hand, he's got the necromancer powers, where he can drive away demons and raise the dead. Oh, wow. Awesome. And then over here, he can take a little bit of food and make it into a lot of food. What? Doesn't that sound like a power that one of his sidekicks had in earlier versions of the Bible, and then as they kept rewriting it, they're like, why don't we lose Sandwich Joe? Why do we have him?
I said, well, wait a minute. He could walk on water, feed 1,000 with a loaf of bread, raise the dead. But you telling me this nigga couldn't handle 3 nails?
God, just like an overhyped David Blaine's.
No, and a lot of people would find that suggestion very offensive.
Satan is afraid of the number 7, and I'll tell you why. Because on the 7th day, God changed languages on the devil when he was creating the world. When you speak in a language called speaking in tongues, you go into a dimension of rest. The devil doesn't understand you.
Again, my phone number is 214-620-6 Basoto Bakanda Basaba Baba Baba Sababa Koho Masamanda Bakosota. I'm trying to speak in English. Kabaso Babasoto Boko Baba.
The Holy Ghost is. That means you're speaking in tongues.
Teddy Pendergrass, who led the song, he was ordained a minister when he was 10 years old.
What do you think it says about religion and how serious it is if you can be a minister when you're 10?